In this video, I'm going to be comparing the Cars franchise from Pixar to the Madagascar franchise from DreamWorks. I've seen the free Cars movies along with the two Planes movies that are direct-to-video spin-offs of Cars. They're not technically put out by the studio Pixar. There's some other studio that put out the Planes movies, but they're connected to the Pixar Cars films. I've seen the Free Madagascar movies as well as Penguins of Madagascar, plus the Penguins TV show. When it comes to the Cars franchise, while I think that this is the weakest Pixar franchise, I don't think it's a bad franchise. Most of the movies here are ones that I enjoy, even if they're not fantastic. I think Cars 2 is a misfire, one of the only misfires in Pixar's filmography, because changing the genre so much from small town movie with some racing in it to James Bond spoof feels very weird. Like, why are we going in this direction with Cars? If Cars 2 were direct to video spin-off, then it'd be more acceptable. But as a theatrically released sequel to Cars 1, it's just like, why are we doing this? And I think making Mater the main character is just a bad idea. Mater, like the Minions or Jack Sparrow, works when he's a side character, when he's sprinkled in the movie, when you get small doses of him. But once Mater's the main character, he gets really annoying really quickly because of his personality. That's one of the big problems you have with Cars 2. And then Cars 3 doesn't even acknowledge anything that happened in Cars 2 anyway. You could skip this movie and not miss anything. I mean, Cars 3 is a movie that can feel familiar. It's similar to other sports movies. But I think it also did succeed at being a fitting and respectful tribute to both the character of Doc Hudson as well as the actor who played him that tragically passed away. When it comes to the first Cars, I think this is a good movie. The fact that this is the weakest film in Pixar's initial run from Toy Story to Toy Story 3 just tells you a lot. Even their weakest movie, still at that time, still certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, still a movie 3/4 of critics recommend. That really tells you something. I think Planes is pretty enjoyable. I don't really get why both Planes movies don't have good reviews. I think they're fun. When we look at the Madagascar franchise, I think Madagascar 2 has the most depth to it out of the three main Madagascar films, the most emotion to it. Yes, I think it is the best. You see how all our main animals react to going back to Africa, reconnecting with their roots. You see how Alex reacts to finding his family. Marty reacts to finding all these zebras that look just like him, which causes him to feel pretty insecure until Alex in the end makes it clear, no, Marty, you are unique. And then you see that Gloria meets this big muscular hippo who likes her, but she realizes, oh, I actually like Melman, the guy who's been right by me for so long. Of course, with Madagascar 3, I think you have a villain that's pretty memorable. There are great scenes in there, especially when the circus does a really good performance. You have Katy Perry's fireworks playing. Like, the animation here, the movie's pretty fun, especially with the way it ends. The penguins are pretty memorable in the Madagascar films. The first Madagascar movie doesn't have a whole lot of depth to it, not a lot of emotion here. There's some growth for our main characters, yes, but it's more about fun entertainment. It's not a fantastic movie, but one that I enjoy. I don't like Penguins of Madagascar, the spin-off film, as much. It feels more familiar. It's like, oh, okay, this is spy stuff we've seen in other movies before. I don't really like that much idea of spinning off the penguins in a movie. Yeah, you have a Penguins of Madagascar TV show, which I've seen before, and it's fun. Not like fantastic by any means, but enjoyable. That's a TV show, which is different than a movie. Doing penguins on their own works better in a TV show, I would say, than in a movie. If I had to ask myself a question, which franchise do I like more, Cars or Madagascar? I would definitely say Madagascar. I've seen a TV show, that's one reason, but also I think Madagascar is a more consistent franchise. Yeah, I don't like the spin off movie Penguins of Madagascar as much, but I think Cars 2 is worse than it, however. Cars 2 more of a misfire. Because it's a direct sequel to Cars 1, it's harder to cut that movie slack. But with the Penguins of Madagascar, it's like, okay, yes, this is a spin off movie, so it's not exactly the same thing. I'll wrap things up for this one.